Hey YouTubers, welcome back to Hillside Harvest Homestead. This week's video is a little different than expected. I did plan on having a really good video of Anthony working with his bees. He got them all settled into their boxes and just gave a lot of information, and we had some up-close view of the bees, and it was a really good video. But we've had some unexpected things happen in the last couple weeks, and one of them was that my camera decided to encrypt some of the videos that I made, and so I can't get them off of my camera onto my computer to be able to put onto YouTube. So you guys unfortunately don't get to see those videos that I have. I also had some other really good videos of our new little goat kids that we had. They also got encrypted. So this week is going to be me talking, unfortunately. So I get bored of listening to myself talk, so I can't imagine how you guys feel. But anyways, like I said, this last couple weeks has been different. It's been different. So we had some really good news a couple weeks ago. Our doe, Maple, I keep wanting to call her Prim, but it's Maple. She had her kids, and it was unexpected. We were not expecting her to have her kids for another couple weeks anyways. And so we were gone that day. When we got back home, it had been a really long day, and so I was pooped. It was about 8:30, and I was like, I'm done. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. So I went to bed at 8:30. Anthony went down to go check on his bees, and he came back, woke me up, and said, "You'll never believe what I just saw at the barn." He said, I saw a baby goat. Maple had her babies. She had 2 of them, but one of them is dead. So I thought 2 things. One of them was, doggone it, one of them died. The other one was, doggone it, we missed the birth. And so, because I was really looking forward to being able to videotape the birth and sharing it with you guys. So that didn't happen. So I got dressed, went down to the barn, and sure enough, there was this beautiful little doeling. She was white and had beautiful markings on her. And she's walking around, just doing great, and her fur is completely dry. So I know that she's been born for probably at least an hour, maybe 2 hours, but at least an hour. And I didn't see the other one anywhere. And then Anthony just all of a sudden kneeled down in the dirt and said, "Here's the dead one." I didn't even see it because it was so covered in debris that it like blended in with the ground. So I recognized the outline of the baby goat once Anthony kneeled down by him. So Anthony was just sitting there by it, and all of a sudden he was like, "I think he may still be alive." So he brought the goat to me. I opened up my coat, put him in next to my shirt, and covered him with my jacket, and went up to the house. Got my son, and we got some towels, and we got a warm towel. We got a towel warmed by getting it in real warm water, and just started rubbing the baby down. So what it looked like is that Mom hadn't even touched him after he was born. He didn't get cleaned off or anything like that. She probably, being a first-time mom, got probably like excited, confused, and I don't know what to do type of thing, paying attention to the one baby and not paying attention to the other one. So babies in the house were rubbing him, trying to get some life back in him. I mean, he looked dead. He really looked dead. So he wasn't able to hold his head up at all. I mean, you'd try to move his head a little bit, and it would go right back to being kind of contorted like it was before, and his eyes would just flutter just a little bit. So it took about 2.5 hours to finally get some life back into him, where he was actually able to stand on his own feet for a few minutes. What we did in that 2.5 hours was we did get some colostrum from Mom, so that if we could get him to get a little bit into his tummy, that would, help wake him up a little bit, give him some of the nutrients that he needs. And then, like I said, we had the wet towel that was warm. We didn't use that very long because obviously it's not going to stay warm. I didn't want him to get chilled. We just wanted to try to get some of the rocks and the debris and the birthing matter and stuff off of him, which we would be able to do with soaking his fur just a little bit. So anyways, we didn't continue to do that for real long. With the wet towel, we got a heating pad and put it underneath him and continued to rub him and trying to get him warmed up. He was cold to the touch. What I finally decided was we need to get him warmed up faster, a little quicker, because I don't want this to just continue to go on. I mean, we need to get this little boy going and we need to get that food in him. And so I decided that we would give him a warm bath, and I have a hair blow dryer, so afterwards we'd blow him dry so he doesn't get chilled. And so that's what we did. So we got some more of that birthing matter off and the debris off of him in that bath. And during that bath, he actually started holding his head up. So it was actually waking him up. He was starting to warm up a lot more. And then I blow dried him. And again, he's, you're just little by little seeing a little more life into him. After that, we did get him to actually suck on the bottle. So he was actually getting that colostrum in him now. So at the end of that 2.5 hours, I mean, he was a completely different little goat. We didn't think that he would make it, but we're very hopeful. But he was just doing remarkably better at the end of that 2.5 hours. So I stayed on the couch with him that night. I had him with me so that I could get up easily during the night and feed him every couple of hours. And I was really pleased. I had a towel on me in case he went to the bathroom, so he's not going on me. And so in the morning, I was actually really pleased to see that he had gone to the bathroom on the towel, which tells me that his digestive system is working and functioning. And so by morning time, he was, walking around a little bit. Now, it wasn't as good as a normal birthing situation, they're up within, at least 10 minutes and they're walking around, and by an hour they're doing quite well. He was not quite up to speed in that way. So it was just, going to take him a little bit longer to catch up. So that day, later that day, I had some things to do that I didn't want to have to carry the baby around with me or try to have him get in the way or having him follow me, things like that. So I put him in the stall with his mom and his sister and came back a couple hours later and was very pleased to find that he actually was nursing off of his mom. So that was excellent. So I decided to go ahead and just leave him with his mom instead of, because I was thinking we were going to have to bottle feed him. So this was kind of a weight off of my shoulders. I don't have to bottle feed this baby. So he was with his mom and they started doing great. A couple days later, he's like totally caught up to his sister. He's running around, jumping around, doing wonderful. And it was a week ago now. Yeah. A week ago that we actually lost both of those babies to the foxes that live next door to us. We have about 4 different dens that are kind of situated randomly around our property in the neighborhood. And one of them is right next door to us. And the one right next door to us has 6 pups in it. And then the next nearest one is less than a quarter of a mile away from our house. And they also have pups. So, we lost our babies, and that was really heartbreaking. I do have a couple videos of them that didn't get encrypted that I can show you, and I will show you at the end of this clip and I do have a couple pictures that I'll also show, but that's all I've got. So we've got another doe that should be due within a month, and so hopefully we'll be able to catch her having her babies, and I can get that uploaded for you guys to see. And these babies I do intend on bottle feeding, because the mom that's going to have them is my shyest doe, so I don't want the babies being shy like her. And we plan on keeping them in the stall and not letting them out into our pasture area. Obviously, we don't want this to happen again. And then the other thing that happened that was a real bummer was that at the same time that these babies were born 2 weeks ago, we had completely planted our garden. It was gorgeous, beautiful, and we got all of our hoses set up and just got it all done. And then for the last week and a half, it's been raining nonstop. And we've had some snow, and we had a little bit of freezing. So the freezing wasn't terrible, but it was enough that it killed my tomato plants, it killed all my pepper plants, it killed my eggplants. Everything else that we can see seems to look fine. The only thing that I'm worried about is the seeds as well. I don't know if that much rain, constant rain, will have killed all of them, so I don't know. That remains to be seen. I know there's some of the seeds, like the corn and stuff, that's sensitive to freezing, so I don't know if that got affected. I don't know. Oh, my winter squash didn't make it either. So it's been a weird last couple of weeks. So this is a great video, though, to show you what real homesteading, real farming, real ranching, all those things, this is what it looks like. There are good days and there are bad days. There are days that your finances take a hit because you just lost money in your livestock, or in your farm produce. If you sell your farm produce, I just lost a whole bunch of peppers and tomatoes and things. So, it happens. You never know when these things are going to happen. So, homestead life is not all wonderful and grand, and there are people out there that have these YouTube channels that look like they have it all together and life is great and homesteading is just all sunshine and rainbows all the time, and they've got all the information, they know it all, and I'm here to tell you this family doesn't have it all together. We're still learning, we're still growing in the process. Each day is not a wonderful day. It just isn't. Animals can be difficult to deal with. Weather is difficult to deal with. Weeds are a pain in the rear. So I love it anyways, despite the fact that it's kind of a pain. The fact that these goats are having their babies right now was not what I planned. I did not want them to be having their babies at this time because we're going on vacation in 2 months, and I don't have anyone to milk these does while I'm gone. I've got to try to find somebody and probably teach them how to do it, and that was not how I planned it, but they didn't go into heat when I planned it. It didn't all work out the way I wanted to. So, such is homesteading life. I also want to be real clear with everyone too that this is a growing process for Anthony and I. We've had some past experience in doing all of this stuff, the gardening and the animal husbandry and the beekeeping and things. But we're just starting our homestead at this point. So we're still growing. We're still new to this, and we still have a lot to learn. So as you watch these movies, don't expect perfection. Don't expect that we have all of the answers. I mean, we provide everything that we know and everything that we can to you, but we don't have all the answers. So I know there are people out there watching these videos that have so much more experience than us. I would love for input in the comments. You know, if you have some constructive criticism, not mean criticism. Nobody likes mean criticism, but constructive criticism is another thing. Constructive criticism we can actually learn from and grow from. So if there are suggestions, like you watch a video and you say, boy, that's not the way you should do it, or yeah, no, that information isn't quite correct, leave us a comment. Let us know. We would love to hear it, and we can learn from those things. That's what this is. It's just a total learning experience as we go. So I will show you guys the clips that I have of our babies, and hope that you enjoy them. And I do hope that you do like our videos, that you're enjoying them and what we do have to offer, and that you're enjoying growing with us. Hopefully over time you'll see where we came from, you know, and where we're headed, and how much we've learned and all of that. And I hope that you guys would be willing to learn with us as well, and just be along for the journey. So please subscribe and like, and leave a comment if you want. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd be happy to get back to you and converse with you. And be sure to share the videos if you are enjoying them. Thank you, and I hope you two have a wonderful day.
Moms, can we bring her inside?
No.
Right oh, Prim. I love the baby goats, Mom. Can I have them?
Well, we'll probably keep Crystal.
Why?
Well, we want her to be really friendly, so we need to play with her a lot. Her mom is not very friendly, so I would like to have goats that are friendly and easy to catch, and just fun to be around. And her mom is not real people friendly, so we'll probably get rid of Maple, and then keep Crystal.
Is the boy friendly?
Well, yeah, he's gonna be friendly, but we don't need another buck, so we'll probably get rid of him.
Please, another buck.
We can't keep a bunch of animals. It's just the way it goes.
Why? I love animals.
I know, but we have to feed them and take care of them. It gets kind of expensive, and we have to have enough property to feed them grass through the summer. If we get too many animals, we'll run out of grass for them.
Baby goats are just so cute. I love them so much. With all my heart.
You're fine, Maple. You're fine.
Maple's not very friendly. Maple, you're a bad girl. You're a bad girl. I let Gracie do this on me. Because I'm not shy to her. I know her.
Ready to come outside? Come on, Hercules. Come on, baby. Come on, little man. Good job. Good job. Good boy.